Innovative content. Global audience.
Good evening. Welcome to Srtv News Bulletin. First, the headlines. Nigerian Week Expo 2023 drops in London. Buhari swears in ex-IGP Arase as PSC chairman. Osun State Governor Adeleke reassures ex-governor Rauf Aregbesola. In the sports sector, former Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger of Arsenal inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. Those were the headlines, and now the details. I'm Joseph EHIGIAMUSOE. Welcome to the news. Nigerian Week Expo is a week-longer international festival scheduled to take place from the 15th to the 21st of May 2023 at the Lighthouse, Camberwell in Southeast London, SE5 OAY. The festival showcases and promotes the best of Nigerian products, services, and businesses while celebrating the best of Nigerian diverse, rich cultural heritage in cultural dances, fashion, films, Nollywood, Afrobeat music, as well as the traditions of various ethnic groups in Nigeria. The festival is organized by Superior Radio and Television, otherwise referred to as Srtv London, in partnership with the Nigerian Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment, and various Nigerian and British businesses and organizations, as well as parastatals. It is an international festival featuring a mixture of entertainment, music, dance, fashion, food, exhibition, trade fair, investment opportunities, workshops, and comic, allowing visitors to join in and have a first-hand experience in the culture and experiences of Nigeria. The President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired on Wednesday, swore in the new chairman of the Service Commission, former Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, retired. Arase took his oath of office at about 10:05 a.m. at the council chamber of the Presidential Villa, Abuja, in the presence of Buhari, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, Secretary General of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, Chief of Staff told the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and other Federal Executive Council members. This comes 2 months after the Senate confirmed him as chairperson of the Police Service Commission. According to reports, back in January the 24th, Buhari had forwarded Arase's name to the Senate, asking the upper legislative chamber to confirm him in line with Section 153, subsection 1, and Section 154, subsection 1 of the Constitution as amended. Arase, at 65, who retired in 2016, was the 18th Indigenous Inspector General of Police between April 2015 and June 2016. He has served in various capacities, including the head of the Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Bureau, the foremost intelligence gathering unit of the Nigerian police. The president also swore in 5 board members of the Code of Conduct Bureau. They include Murtala Kanchia from Katsina State, Northwest, Zephaniah Bolos from Nasarawa State in North Central, and Farouk Umar from Yobe State in Northeast of Nigeria, Taufik Abdul Salam from Ondo State in Southwest, and Professor Jowaria Badamasi from Kogi State in the North Central. The council members also observed a moment of silence in honor of late General Oladipo Dia, who died on Sunday, March 26, 2023. Dia had served as Chief of General Staff and Vice Chairman of the Provincial Ruling Council under the Abacha regime. Born on April 3, 1944 at Odogburu in Ogun State, Dia joined the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, and fought during the Nigerian Civil War of 1967 to 1970. He was appointed Chief of General Staff in 1993 and Vice Chairman of the Provincial Ruling Council in 1994. As Chief of the General Staff, he was second in command and the de facto Vice President of Nigeria under the General Sani Abacha regime from 1994 to 1997. Buhari went on to preside over the week-long Federal Executive Council's meeting, which began around 10:30 in the morning. In another development, Osun State Governor Adeleke reassures ex-governor Rauf Aregbesola when he visited the state. According to the story, the Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke on Tuesday told the Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, that he is welcome into the state and can visit him at the government house at any time. He said despite party differences, he would ensure Osun remains home for every progressive, particularly Aregbesola, who was former governor of the state. Speaking at the inauguration of Ilesha Passport Front Office and Production Center, Adeleke assured the minister of his commitment on building on his legacies and complete some projects initiated by the ex-governor. The governor said, Mr. Minister, he is very pleased with all the good job that he has done. And reacting on his part, Rauf Aregbesola commended the governor for attending the event, even without official invitation. In the sporting circles, the former Manchester United manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, and ex-Arsenal boss, Arsene Wenger, today became the first managers to be inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. The two men locked horns during a period of intense rivalry, starting in the 90s, winning 16 English top flight titles between them. Ferguson, who's now 81, is the most successful manager in Premier League history in the United Kingdom, in London particularly, guiding Manchester United to 13 titles, while Arsene Wenger won the competition 3 times with Arsenal, including going unbeaten in the 2003-2004 season. Ferguson, who managed United for more than 26 years, won the inaugural Premier League title in 1992/1993 to deliver the Red Devils' first league success since 1967. 6 players were also inducted, and they include players managed by Alex Ferguson that have been inducted also into the Premier League Hall of Fame, includes David Beckham, Eric Cantona, Roy Keane, Wayne Rooney, Peter Schmeichel, and Paul Scholes. It is an honor when you receive recognition like this, said Ferguson, when retired who retired in 2013 after winning his 13th title. On the other hand, Wenger arrived at Arsenal in 1996 as one of the first foreign managers in the Premier League, staying at the club until 2018. The Frenchman, will be recalled, implemented a revolutionary football philosophy, bringing the focus on nutrition and sports science to the English game. He was committed to playing attractive attacking football, winning the title in 97-98, his first full season with the club. Wenger oversaw an astute transfer strategy, including scouting abroad for talent. Fellow Hall of Fame members Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira were 2 of his key players. To share this with Sir Alex Ferguson, according to him, is a great honor for him, said the 73-year-old, who is currently FIFA's football development chief. It is like 2 boxers, he says. You fight like mad and go the distance together. At the end of the day, you have respect, and it will be a great opportunity to meet with him, share a good bottle of wine and memories of our old battles. Premier League Chief Executive Richard Masters said the 2 managers brought unparalleled levels of success to their clubs. And in further development in the sporting circles, Bukayo Saka has been dubbed the best player in the world. This came from the former Arsenal captain Tony Adams, who has claimed that England star Bukayo Saka is the best player in the world apart from World Cup winner Lionel Messi. Saka, who has been Mikel Arteta's talisman at the Emirates this season with 22 goals contributions in 28 league appearances, is bidding to clinch Arsenal's first title in 2 decades, as is considering his impressive performances international stage with the England national team. Continuing to impress under England coach Gareth Southgate, The 21-year-old winger netted a glorious goal from outside the box against Ukraine on Sunday, helping the Three Lions remain at the top of their Euro 2024 qualifying group with 2-0 victory, according to the report. As legend further went ahead to say that one player he recognized that is ahead of soccer is Lionel Messi. All of this is coming to you right here on Srtv, right here in London. Just to wrap up on the sporting circles, Nigeria recently, following conclusion of a double header in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifier between Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria's Eagles, the head coach, Jose Pizarro, has rated a Estadio 24 de Setembro pitch above the surface of Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja. The Portuguese made the assertion during an interview with the Nigerian Football Federation media team after falling to an unprecedented and embarrassing 1-0 defeat in Abuja against the White Dogs last Friday. Moses Simons' 30th minute penalty made amends for Pizarro's men in the second leg, as they also recorded a 1-0 victory over their opponent. In a chat with NFL media, the coach says he rolled the chances that could not convert 2 goals in the second leg. However, brighter days ahead for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And this is the way we draw the curtain for the news bulletin right here on Srtv, right here in London. Stay with us, don't flip the dial. Joseph EHIGIAMUSOE.
Srtv. Innovative content, global audience.
Right, we're still very much here and welcoming you back from the newsroom. This afternoon, we're going to have a short and a brief program together with the CEO and the visionary of Superior Radio and Television here in London, Srtv, who is also the mastermind behind the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week celebration right here in London, the United Kingdom. London, capital of England in the United Kingdom, where people will come from all walks of life, captains of industries, businessmen and women, politicians, those in the entertainment industries, in music, in film, in comedy. Everyone would assemble in London for a 1-week-long celebration of the brand Nigeria, termed the Nigerian Week, commencing from the 15th of May till the 21st of May at the Lighthouse in Camberwell in London. Postcode is SE50AY. A lot is set to go down, and it's my honor and privilege to bring the man behind the mask of the Nigerian Week. He is Mr. Christian Ogbevire. Many refer to him as Daddy KRIS. He's a daddy to many, and he's with us live in the studio. How you doing, KRIS?
I'm here. Thanks for that wonderful. I wonder if you're talking about me. It's an honor to be here, sir.
No one else is like KRIS Ogbevire. You've been doing some great things in London. You want to just quickly give us a brief for those who are probably seeing KRIS for the first time. Who is Mr. KRIS Ogbevire, aka Daddy KRIS?
I don't normally know how to introduce myself, but my name is Ogbevire Christian Ashaiku, aka Daddy KRIS. I'm a Nigerian. I always call myself as a Nigerian filmmaker based in London. I am a full British resident, and I run Srtv, which is a media platform which operates here in the UK and also in Nigeria. So that means we have office in Nigeria. Our studio in Abuja is large, actually larger than here in the UK, but the company is fully established here in the UK. Currently, we are working, as you correctly said, on the brand Nigerian Week, where we intend to celebrate a week long of Nigerian art and businesses. You'll be seeing on that very day, we, like you said, we'll be having music, there'll be food and film festival, And of cultural dance, the Nigerian troupe were coming, and we're partnering currently with the Ministry of Information and Culture, Bank of Industry, and a host of many others. And under the business side of things, we also have the opportunity to witness the best of the Nigerian business opportunities. Actually, we've already invited the Nigerian Week, the Nigerian Custom to come down and talk to us on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. So you're going to see lots of Nigerian businesses, Nigerian products, which we can call the organic products. They will all be here in London for the 1 week. And just as you see on the screen, we have the recognition award, which is a very crucial element of the whole incident. This is going to happen on the gala night. So we're going to recognize Nigerians from all walks of life who have done well in promoting the brand Nigeria. So we'll be here. That will be on the 20th when that wonderful event will take place.
Wonderful. I mean, just want to quickly pick brains because there are quite a number of Nigerians resident here in not only in London, across the United Kingdom. United Kingdom is a 4-nation in one, and according to a report recently, albeit people had some dispute about it, the most traveled people in Nigeria are the Benin people, and the most traveled Africans in the world are the Nigerian people. And here in the United Kingdom, you have decided to put a program like this together. What informed your decision to do that?
Well, I'm a Nigerian, and I believe that Nigerian potential, as they say, so much potential untapped. And I just felt this is an opportunity for me to contribute my own share in exploring those potential benefits of those in the United Kingdom, Nigerians in diaspora, and Nigerians at home. And so unlike every event I would have done in Nigeria, I intentionally made this to happen in London. We're now inviting Nigerian community in Austria, in Germany, in Spain, all around the world, in America. They are coming. I'm from Nigeria itself. We all descend in London to celebrate, showcase, celebrate, and talk to one another. I call it a meeting point, a meeting place where Nigerians and other international people meet and do business.
Okay, thank you for that. I mean, this is coming on the heels of a very turbulent economic climate in Nigeria, considering the recent elections, February 25th, presidential and National Assembly elections, where Nigerians seem to be bleeding all over the world, and this, 2 weeks after that, on the 18th of March, we had the gubernatorial and the state assembly elections also conducted. At the moment, as things stand, a lot of Nigerians are really upset. They're angry and dissatisfied, having been disenfranchised by the electoral umpire in the country. Now, you think, did it cross your mind that this is a time, a kind of cooler, to
Yes.
the uprising that seemed to be looming, in the country for Nigerians at home and diaspora, particularly those resident here in the United Kingdom? I've seen a lot of protests at the Nigerian embassy in central London, people coming from far and wide, go onto social media, everyone has their arm in the cap, so to speak, all venting their anger and expressing dissatisfaction. Is Nigerian Week a forum where Nigerians can come and for a moment switch off, talk things about life, talk business, have fun, enjoy music, comedy, entertainment, in all ramifications? So is that part of the things that engineered, this initiative in you?
I would say yes, and I also say no. Joe, I can already tell you that this is a wonderful time to be alive. I understand the disappointment, and I am disappointed myself because it was a big opportunity. I don't know whether we lost it or not, but I always say there's always a way you benefit from everything. Like you said, Nigerians they are not unhappy because of the way the election was conducted, but we got to move on. But one good thing is Nigeria is no more the same place of before. Gone are the days where the top politicians just go and can't do the votes at home. They can see things happening differently. Yes, the big boys play pranks on us this time. Maybe next time we won't allow that on the political front. But moving forward, yes, why not? We need to use this opportunity. We've gone past that. Even while the court cases are ongoing, Nigeria is bigger than any single person. And so we just think we should come together at this point in time to talk about what we are good at. What is good about us? What is great about this country called Nigeria? And that's what we'll be celebrating. Nigeria is not that political thing alone. See, Joe, let me say one thing. If there is economic prosperity in Nigeria, perhaps we wouldn't be so bothered about who become president or not. Like in the UK, we are not really bothered about who, though we vote, we try to get a good leader, but we know if somebody's there, the system will kick him out. We don't need to worry. Unlike Nigeria. So perhaps I was saying that Nigeria should think about creating institutions that will help us to monitor that. That will be a topic for another day. Right now, right here, we are moving in the right direction. Democracy takes time to grow. It's growing fast in Nigeria, really fast. And the Nigerian youth are now in control of their destiny. My only prayer is they should continue, they should sustain it, and success will be their own. Because I'm actually working for them at this point, yeah.
Right, thank you. I mean, Nigerian Week, as you've said, has a lot in store for Nigerians, friends of Nigeria, to come in, have fun, network, engage one another, pitch their products to the wider public, and those who will be attending the event from the 15th through the 21st of May here in London. People call London the capital of the world, but those in New York will also tell you something different.
I don't think New Yorkers want to argue with London. We may be small, but we're the capital of the world. They know that. Yeah, they know that. London is the capital of the world.
Right. Okay. Now, give us a bit of lowdown. You said earlier on the high point of the Nigerian Week will culminate in a gala award night, where outstanding Nigerians from around the world will converge, be recognized, and Excellence Award bequeathed to them at the instance of Srtv, Nigerian Week in London. Tell us some of the high points of the entertainment people are expecting on the day, in terms of Afrobeats, in terms of program breakdown.
Yeah, I wanted to keep certain things, but hey, what is Nigeria good at today? The Afrobeat of Nigeria has excelled, and in fact, they're not competing with us. We're competing with nobody. That is.
I remember back in the days, as a young man growing up, we used to all rock and dance to American hip hop and all
Michael Jackson.
But it's a long time. Also, I said that Afrobeat was going to take over the world, but it seems to be coming to pass now.
Yes. You're right. And if imagine the like of Burna Boy and all. Anyway, on this event, we're going to celebrate a full day for Afrobeat, and that is on the 19th. That is a day you can't afford to miss. I have an array of Nigerian musicians, the top ones. They will be coming to rock us in Camberwell. Tickets will soon be out, so you guys can watch out. And I won't unfold everything now. And number two, we have the National Troupe of Nigeria, which is the best. They perform all kind of dance. They do the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Benin, all kind of dance. They'll be here as well to treat the audience from day one to the end, giving us the best of Nigerian culture. And that is what this event is made of. Again, just in case you guys don't know, fashion is actually doing better than every industry put together today. So fashion is not left out. We're going to showcase the best of Nigerian fashion at this event as well. Okay, Joe. We'll be doing injustice if we don't mention film. Nollywood is here. All right.
I was just gonna get into that now.
Yes.
One of the two biggest exports from Nigeria in the entertainment world is Nollywood movies as well as Afrobeats music.
Yes.
Don't
underrate music, but you're right. So in fact, in this gathering, I am coming up with something for Nigeria, and that is one of the unique things about this event. To all the filmmakers out there, we'll be coming up with a package in partnership with the Nigerian Film Corporation, something we call the Nigerian Film Fund. It's a huge initiative, and it's an ambitious one. Joe, if you've been in the UK, we have the British Film Institute dispersing money to filmmakers. In America, they have the American Film Fund. But Nigeria, we have the third industry in the world, yet we don't have a film fund. Now we're going to do ours differently from the way the Americans do theirs or the British do theirs. So, and that's what we're coming up to. We're going to craft that package right here in London within these 5 days to go back and say, okay, this is what we're going to use as our template to grow the production and distribution of Nigerian movies. So it is on the top burner as well.
It's a wonderful initiative, I must say, and I agree with you, because the Nigerian film industry, as well as the Nigerian music industry, there seem to be the new oil. You know, oil is fast fading out.
I call it nolly oil. That's what I call it, nolly oil. Yeah.
Nolly oil, right? Okay. You know, you find that this day and age of global campaign about environmental, saving the environment and working against air pollution and all of that. Issues about petroleum oil is gradually going to be a thing of the past.
Yes.
You look at cars becoming electronic cars all over the world. So soon there will not be need for it. So the next oil that we have in Nigeria is our entertainment industry, and a very great export at that.
Yes.
For Nigerians all over the world. So yes, it will be a good night to celebrate all of that, both film and music, Afrobeat and Nollywood together. And it'd be a clash of the Titans, probably.
I know. I know. Just in case, Joe, to make it clear, we have from the it's a split event, really. We have that we have in from the 15th to the 18th. It's a film festival. And what we're doing is we're missing the food. It's going to be a food and film festival. Joe, this is the difference. Sometimes we copy too much. We are Africans, we're Nigerians. Why do we go and watch our movies eating popcorn? I think we should eat African food, amala, the correct one, while we're watching Nigerian movies. So that is what we're introducing for that 4 days. So we'll be watching Nollywood films, crafting the new part for the industry, but we'll be eating Nigerian food. And that is for the first 4 days. Then, of course, on the 19th is the Afrobeat day. Nobody want to take anything from that. You dare not go there. And then the final day is the award. And what I've done also is to now introduce these fashion shows in between all. And because Nigerian fashion is really making more money for Nigeria than film and music put together. You may not even understand. I didn't believe that. But I don't know what I call it, fashion oil. It's Joe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, all good things that can take over from oil. Yes. You can call it or nickname it oil with a tag to it. So thank you so much, Chris, for those debrief. You don't want to let out too many at the moment. 15th to the 21st of May, they're the dates to look forward to in London as Nigeria Week ball drops here for the celebration of the best of Nigeria right here in the United Kingdom. Now, we still have a few more things to talk about. We'll be back soon after we have this short break. We want to look at, the consular and yourself as part of our community subject matters. We want to quickly look at very briefly, because one of the sound bites, one of the subject matters we'll be looking at right here in this show. And we'll also be looking at, this Commonwealth that African nations all belong to, and how common is the Commonwealth. So we would be looking into all of these as a matter of time right here on Srtv London. Do stay with us, don't flip the dial. We'll be back shortly after this very short break. Stay with us.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue, Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best of Nigeria from the rest.
Thank you very much. Celebrating the very best of Nigeria from the rest. And in all of that, we want to quickly have a brief introduction into what the Commonwealth means for you, for me, and for member states, and particularly all of us that are in the diaspora. And why should we consider that at the back of our mind? Because, Nigerian Week brought in the interest to sort of find a way to tap into, the relationship Nigeria has with the United Kingdom. And Nigeria being the most populous Black nation in the world, and with a strong relationship that exists between the two countries, it was important to look at the relationship and the sort of benefit that exists between the United Kingdom as well as the nation Nigeria. And in looking at that, we touched on the Nigeria embassy and perhaps all other embassies here in the United Kingdom in terms of what they do, the services to the people, the relationship between the average citizens of every nation, Nigerians, for example, and other nations, African nations in the United Kingdom. The consular and you is a concept we intend to be thrashing here on Srtv to bridge that gap, that relationship gap that tends to exist between the country's consular offices here in the United Kingdom, as well as the resident indigents or resident citizens here in the UK. What do you know about your embassy? What do you expect from your embassy? Are your embassies fulfilling their due services, their due obligations? Are they fulfilling them to you? And yourself, your responsibilities as citizens in the country in which you live here, for example, the UK. Are you fulfilling your own obligation to the High Commission, the consular office? We want to explore the relationship that exists between us as a people and with our consular offices on our program, The Consular and You. I know about Nigeria because I'm Nigerian, with our embassy and the consular office at the Northumberland in central London, where a lot of things take place, things about passport, your visa, and all of that support that you're supposed to get from your embassies to yourself. So over time, right here on Srtv, right here on Connect Nigeria program, you'll be listening to and watching here. A lot more will be unfolded to you. But this evening, we want to ask you, talking about the Commonwealth. How common is the Commonwealth? KRIS, you are here with me still. We want to open up this
a new one.
Yeah, want to open up this discussion and look more in depth into the Commonwealth of Nations. From information available, about 54 to 56 countries that makes up the Commonwealth. African continent, for example, constitute about 54 countries in Africa. And this Commonwealth of Nations is an organization dominated by the African countries. 52 of the 54, understandably, sit on the Council of the Commonwealth of Nations in the United Kingdom. UK, by the way, is the head of the Commonwealth. We all know prior to the demise of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II on the 8th of September, I believe. She was the head of the Commonwealth for so many decades, sitting up there orchestrating organizing, coordinating the affairs of the Commonwealth. And in the advent of her demise, her successor, her son, King Charles III, whose coronation is around the corner in about 2 months' time, sometime in May, is now the new head of the Commonwealth. Before we go into the nitty-gritty of that, because there are worries and concerns whether, the band that the Queen used in binding the Commonwealth together for all these years, will King Charles be able to replicate the same, or is it time for people to move on? Would there still be Commonwealth some few years down the line after this time? But, before we go into all of that, I want to give a brief into what the Commonwealth really is in terms of, organization and what it stands for. Chris, I'm going to leave you to, just open your version, what your perception is of the Commonwealth, while we delve more into that subject matter.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. In fact, the name alone is tantalizing. Commonwealth. And it's something I believe in. I believe in equity. So when I hear Commonwealth, I got excited. So I said, oh, equity, Commonwealth. But Joe, to be honest with you, I've not seen Commonwealth among Commonwealth nations. Maybe because we're not tapping on it, or because they're not doing enough, or they can do more. Commonwealth, as I see, is a coming together again, like you said. The British controls it, which is okay. But one would expect that Commonwealth will, in a way, help to influence good governance, create wealth among the Commonwealth nation. There should be free movement of goods and services, if not free movement of human beings. But unfortunately, the Commonwealth countries have not really been strong enough to come up with a strong policy like what we see. I thought Commonwealth should be something which is like the European Union, or else why doing it? There should be Commonwealth currency. There should be you should be a member of Commonwealth. There should be international passport. I thought that was where we're going with Commonwealth. Unfortunately, we are not going along that line. Right now, it's a good song to sing, but in terms of deed, we know more can be done. And we also, for me, on the face of it, Commonwealth is a wonderful concept. I believe that African countries, or the whole nations of the Commonwealth, need to really tap on the opportunity to create wealth among each nation. And then when that happens, there's harmony in the world generally. We don't want war. If your Commonwealth is about brotherlyhood, you're my brother, you're my sister. So there's less chaos. And like they do well in Europe, if everybody have a little to eat, there's less room for chaos. But when one is at the top and others are at the bottom, that's a recipe for chaos. And I think Commonwealth should work more along that line. If they don't want to talk about governance, they should do more to ensure that there is poverty is reduced among the Commonwealth nations. It is not so now as it is, Joe.
Right. Thank you for that brief. Talking about brotherhood, according to available information, Commonwealth is the organization which we're made to understand it's a voluntary organization. Like I mentioned earlier on, about 54 to 56, or between 52 and 56 independent nations dubbed with equal rights, come together to fraternize, to do things together, trade together, have free movement within, their boundaries and all of that. I know there's something about the Commonwealth passport. According to statistics, Commonwealth is home to about 2.5 billion people all around the world, and includes both advanced economies of the world, the developing economies of the world, and a breakdown of it, I understand, had about 32 of the member states, small countries and islands of the world. Like I said, predominantly, Commonwealth is dominated by African countries. The mission statement, the mission and the vision for the Commonwealth is to help create and sustain, a Commonwealth that is mutually respectful, resilient, peaceful, and prosperous, and the one that cherishes equality, diversity, and shared values. That seemed to be what the vision, or I wouldn't say that seemed to be, that is exactly what the vision statement is. And what exactly is the mission of the Commonwealth? Like KRIS has rightly, alluded to, the need to come together and help one another, have commonality in free movement, free trade, and stuff like that. There are things that you want to maybe identify with Commonwealth. According to their mission statement, it says they support governments and partners with broader Commonwealth family and others, to improve the well-being of all Commonwealth citizens and to advance their shared interest globally. KRIS, I'm going to come to you now whilst we deliberate on this Commonwealth thing. I make mention of perhaps having a common boundary, open boundary for member states, to have a free movement. But that doesn't seem to be the case. I'm a Nigerian, for example. If I'm not resident in the United Kingdom, I need to work hard to obtain a visa to travel from Nigeria to come to the United Kingdom, for example. There are other Commonwealth nations. South Africa, for example, within the African bloc, to travel from Nigeria to South Africa, I don't have free movement. I still have to obtain a visa to be able to travel to South Africa. So it is with some other Eastern African bloc and all of that. So that leads me to ask, like I've always asked, I'm yet to find an answer, where is the commonality of this Commonwealth? What's your take?
In my take, I said it before, one would expect Commonwealth to be what the former EU with the United Kingdom, now we're no more, but what the EU is now. It's a committee of nations using the same currency, and they have bigger population, bigger economy, free movements of goods and human and people, and that should be the point. Unfortunately, the Commonwealth, like they said, is a what did they call it? Charity or what? That makes no sense. Then there's nothing binding us. Whatever they make will be a declaration which is not binding on anyone.
It's a voluntary association.
Which is
common countries with common interest.
And anybody could form a voluntary organization. A government, where we're coming from, an organization like the Great Britain, having big history with countries like Nigeria and their ex-colony, they shouldn't be. We should be having barriers, and it's good for everyone because then there's a bigger market for the British produce. I don't think they can get it wrong if Britain actually tap on the Commonwealth, especially now that they left EU. I think Commonwealth is the new direction for them, and perhaps that's one of those things that actually influenced the Nigerian week as well. I'm saying to Nigerians, back in the days, the King of Belgium used the word. They were going to Africa to get his own share of the magnificent African cake, and I'm saying to Nigerians, there's a magnificent European cake in Britain. If you come and you can tap on the business, I'm not saying come and work here because it's a waste of time for me, but if you can really come with a business opportunity, you can gain a lot from the United Kingdom. And I know as much as we want to hate the British, we want to blame them for coming to Africa to take advantage of what we have. They came for one thing. They wanted to do business. They needed money. We can come and do the same, in a legal way. Now the opportunity, I think, is now. Perhaps Commonwealth can do better when it comes to that. Commonwealth should do better, and we pray Commonwealth do better.
Okay. Thank you very much, KRIS, for that. It's just a tip into, what to expect on the Connect Nigeria on Srtv, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, right here. And as a matter of time, we will be doing more. This is just a kind of introduction to what to expect right here on Srtv London. I will be here, your regular host on the show from time to time as the Nigerian Week beckons. We'll continue to pick KRIS's brains in terms of what's breaking and what's new, and in the preparation and the run-up to the Nigerian Week, which kicks off on the 15th of May, 2023 at the Lighthouse, Camberwell in Southeast London, SE50AY. So I want to thank you, Chris, for joining me on the show this evening. And also thank the viewers at home as we wind down right here and asking you to keep your dial locked with Srtv London. Joseph EHIGIAMUSOE saying good evening.
Srtv. Innovative content, global audience.